The Warriors chose to focus on their young talent. No Markkanen, no Ingram, no Levine. So it's down to Moody, Kuminga, Trace Jackson Davis, and now you have the old guns, Wiggins, Looney, Draymond, and of course Steph. Can this mesh together, the old and the new, to help us get our fifth title with Steph Curry? That's the talk of the town. Well, one of the players, Jonathan Kuminga, is giving his price. He's on his rookie deal last year, and reportedly, we know what he's asking for. And folks, it's the bag. So what we're going to do on this episode of Warriors Digest, we're going to break down how big of a bag does he want, and does he deserve it? Will Golden State give him that bag? We're going to give you insight into their thought process. Who else has got the bag? Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner. So let's compare JK's stats with those two players and see if he deserves the bag based off of people from the similar rookie class who have got paid. And then lastly, if they don't give him the bag, that means Warriors got money for next offseason. Who are 2025 free agents they may get? If they don't like it, then does that mean Kuminga, Moody get paid? What about Steph getting an extension? All that and more on this episode of Warriors Digest. We have a fun-filled episode for you. I want to just say before we get into it, thank you to all the fans because y'all loved my episode with Steph Curry going wild with Steph Curry dominating in the semifinal match in the Olympics versus Serbia. Appreciate you all letting me go loose a little bit. We're going to have a live stream watch party for USA versus France gold medal match. It's on the channel right now. You can get in the watch party room, hold yourself up, and join us at 3 p.m. Eastern, wherever you're at. We'll start a bit early, hang out, and then we got the gold medal match, and you'll see your boy go wild with me. And we're about to go wild and out with our sponsor, NordVPN. Thank you for being here. Here's a quick message, and we'll get into the video. They can protect you on your internet when you're watching Warriors Digest or any show. From phishing attacks, no one takes your personal information. From malware that can destroy your computer, eat it up. And you can do it all through Warriors Digest. Thanks to NordVPN being our sponsor, use the code you see right here, nordvpn.com/warriors, nordvpn.com/warriors, and you can get your discount code to check them out. They're VPN that allows you to surf the web anytime, any place, anywhere, from your home, from the coffee shop, your friend's house, wherever it may be. I used to work in cybersecurity, so I know how important it is to protect your information on your computer, on your emails, and the web, and NordVPN will help you. NordVPN.com/warriors. Check them out, and thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring our videos. Let's get into today's episode. Okay, so what's the report? Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports reported on No Cap Room, a podcast, that JK wants a full max extension. Yes, folks, a full max extension. That means he's getting, where is it? $224 million over 5 years. That is basically 45 million-ish, 40 million a year, in that range. Now the question is, does Mike Dunleavy Jr. want to give it to him? Well, here are the thoughts from the report. JK is entering the final year of his rookie deal, where the word around the league from various sources is that Kuminga and his representation are looking for a full max extension, which, as we just talked about with Brandon Ingram and Jamal Murray and whoever, like if you're not an absolute all-star, Scotty Barnes type of guy, he got the bag. Lauri Markkanen just got his bag in his second deal. Trae Young got the bag for Atlanta. Hasn't worked out for them. So the question is JK worth the bag? Again, $224 million deal. Right now, where are we at? Let's show it. He's on his last contract. He's on the last year of his contract. He's making $7 million a year. Moody's making $5 million, both drafted in the same rookie class. So now they have the opportunity to get paid. If they don't get paid before the start of the season, that means they will become restricted free agents at the beginning of the next offseason. They will be able to get an offer from any team. Warriors have 3 days, 72 hours to match it. If they match it, he stays a Warrior. If they don't match it, he's not a Warrior. He goes to that team. So the question is for the Warriors, do you think he's worth a super max or a max deal? Excuse me. Do you do that now? Or do you let him test the waters next offseason, see if he gets that max contract, and if he does, you match it then. If he doesn't, you may have just saved yourself some money. We're playing a little cat and mouse game a little bit now. Is what Kuminga did his first 3 years with the Warriors worth a super max, a max deal? Same with Moody. What is he going to get? Reports are more $10 to $15 million. Is Steph going to re-sign and line up with Draymond? Or is he going to go into the final year of his deal and be on that? I saw a lot of people saying LeBron and him been doing so well in a USA uniform. Maybe they'll be in a gold Lakers uniform. I hope not. Curry, stay a Warrior. So the question is, what is Golden State going to want to do? Last season, when he became a starter midway through the season, he really bumped up his stats. He ended up averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 74 games played. Mike Dunleavy Jr., what has he said? Joe Lacob, team governor, what has he said? They want to keep this young core. It's hard to build in this new 2-3 apron deal. Like right here when we look at it. When we have the new CBA, you have the first apron. If you're over it, penalties. Second apron, you're over it, penalties. And it's hard to be able to get a trio. You're not going to be able to get a LeBron, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. You're not going to be able to get a big three anymore. You have to build through the draft. Warriors are hard capped at that first apron. So we can't build any more this offseason unless we trade somebody away to get somebody. That could have been marketing. But Warriors did not want to trade Brandon Podziemski, which was the man Utah wanted. They did not want Kuminga, apparently. It was BP. We said, no way, Jose. He's staying in the Bay. Trade didn't happen. So now Kuminga, and they think Brandon is the guard of the future when Steph is gone. I think Brandon, Kuminga, Trace Jackson Davis, Quentin Post, we just drafted. You got Melton came in. GP2's been there. Wiggins, Draymond. A lot of talent around Steph Curry. Can they do it? And a lot of that talent obviously is growing. So the question is, can they win now with the talent they have? Can Kuminga get the bag? Does he deserve it? Well, let's look at some other players around Kuminga. So this is Kuminga's stats. We're going to go one by one. Last season, he averaged 16 points a game. Scotty Barnes just got the same deal. 5 years, $224 million from Toronto. 20 points a game. Franz Wagner, same deal with Orlando. 20 points a game. So in terms of points per game, Kuminga's the smallest. But remember, he only started half the games, basically. So expect that with Clay gone to go up. I think he'll be 20, 25 a game. When we look at assists, Wagner at 5 a game. Rebounds, Wagner at 5 a game. Kuminga at 5 a game. Barnes at 8. 20 and 8 last season. Deserved the bag. Assists per game, 6. Kuminga at 2. Wagner at 3. So you're going to need to see Kuminga have more assists. Be a more facilitator, playmaker for other players to open up this offense. Blocks a game, 0.4, 0.5, 1.5. Barnes, he's doing pretty good. He's helping Toronto try to get back up. Shout out Ben Rogers, Digest Media CEO, big Toronto guy. Go check out Raptors Digest if you're a fan of the Raptors. Steals per game, 1.3, 0.7, 1.1. So you can see overall, his stats aren't that good compared to the other two. And yes, they're nice stats, but is it worth the max extension stats? I can't say yes. We look at field goal percentage, 47%, 52%, 48%. So he shoots the best, but it's not from mid-range, really not from 3. He's getting to the lane, dunks, layups, slashing. This offseason, all the videos coming out for Kuminga have been him shooting threes, mid-range, and practicing on it. He said he will get better, and I want to see it. Because that 3-point percentage, 32%, is too low. Too low. It needs to be closer to 40%. Barnes at 34, Wagner at 28. So all three of them aren't shooting it terribly well. Hield is 40% shooter. We know Steph is. We need Kuminga around 40%. He shoots 43% on corner threes, which is good. Let's try to get all his threes around 43%. So that takes you to the question, is he worth $224 million? I want to say yes. I love Kuminga. I think he's a great player, and you need to build for the future. He will be a perennial all-star. Someone like these players here. LeBron James, we're not going to be able to afford him if he's a free agent next offseason. He will re-sign with the Lakers, retire Laker. Jimmy Butler, nice player, but you want a mid-30-year-old coming over for max type of deal. Fred VanVleet, I think he's staying with Houston. It's a club option. Look what they're building. He likes it there. Rudy, not the same type of player. He's not playing with Draymond. Kyrie Irving is not going to leave Dallas. That's a great match. Ben Simmons is not a JK player. They don't play the same position. I don't think Ben fits our offense anyways. James Harden, I don't want him in Golden State. He plays point guard. Jamal Murray could be a good fit next to Steph Curry. That would be a good shooting guard. However, Murray's going to re-sign with Denver, and he's going nowhere. Brandon Ingram could get traded here. Again, he could play a 3 or a 4 for us. In that trade, we'd have to give up multiple first-round picks, but he's looking for a super max deal as well. He wants that $200 million plus. You're either giving it to Ingram or Kuminga. I'm giving it to Kuminga. Middleton would be a great 3 or 4 for us as well, but again, he's up in age. Randall could be a nice fit, again, but he plays 4 or 5, and John Collins plays the 4. So there aren't many top free agents coming up who would be a good fit for the Warriors. Meaning, at this point, even though he wants the max, sometimes you got to do with what you know, and you got to give Kuminga the max. There's not enough out there for you to say, we can go get a free agent. Like when KD became a free agent, hey, let's go make it happen. Kuminga is going to be a perennial all-star, a perennial all-pro in my opinion. I think we're going to see a massive step this offseason from what he worked on. Leading into this season, he will become a focal point of this offense, shoot the ball really well, play solid defense, and be an all-star. You can clip this, and let's see if I'm right. Curry, Brandon, Kuminga, Dre, TJD, your starting 5. Let's get it. And Warriors fans, comment your thoughts. Is Kuminga worth the bag? Maybe a little bit less. Do Warriors extend him this offseason or wait till he's a restricted free agent? Of course, subscribe to Warriors Digest for all your Warriors news, and we'll keep you updated on everything that we know. Out.